Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Kia, and I am back for another video. Make sure I don't have any cherry stains in my teeth. Also, I know I look tired and a mess. I had the bright idea of putting on makeup right after I went to the gym. And when you do that and you're still kind of sweating, your makeup tends to melt down your face and you kind of look like candle wax. So I didn't feel like reapplying. This is my face. Deal with it. So I just wanted to record a quick video about this content creator on TikTok who decided she was going to homeschool her children. She recorded a video of her going to school, and she recorded a video of her crying, and then she recorded a video about why she was homeschooling. And the video on why she was homeschooling has everybody going, I know you're a liar. So we're just gonna dive right in. We're gonna react to kind of everything together. I don't like content creators. I don't like influencers. I think they put everything ahead of the well-being of others around them. I think it's all about the content. It's all about, building their influence up, getting more brand deals. It's never about having the actual conversation. If there's something wrong or learning something, it's never about that. So, background story, this is a mom who decided to pull her kids out of school and decided to homeschool them. I have had friends who've done this, and I've always looked them in the face and said, just because you have an issue with public school or whatever does not mean you should be homeschooling your children. Not that, you know, homeschooling is bad, but you specifically do not have the talent, education, or skills to be homeschooling your child. It's really really hard work, and I don't think anybody realizes that. They think it's just pulling your kid out and putting some books in front of them, letting them learn, and then you're done for the rest of the day. It's not like that. It's a lot of work. Some people can, some people can't. I know there's teachers in school with master's degrees who would never homeschool their children because it takes a lot of not only education, but discipline, emotional management. Teachers in school, they get a bad rap, like, they're just glorified babysitters, but in reality, they're not just dealing with the kids. They're dealing with their emotions. They're dealing with whatever's going home. They're dealing with kids who have, hunger issues because they're not getting enough food at home. They're also dealing with psychotic parents that they really don't want to deal with. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I first want you to take a look at her social media profile. She is trying to be consistent with her content. Here's one where she's talking about the little dress you can wear as a baseball mom. It's all fun. Moms can do it. I've seen this 1,000 times. None of this is new. So let's go into the first video where come with me to withdraw my kids from public school.
Withdraw my kids from school. I'm going to be doing homeschooling.
This 17-second video was completely unnecessary. You opened the door, you got in the car, you grabbed your bag, you went in, you told you to withdraw your kid from the school for homeschooling. Well, they probably didn't show the receptionist probably going, "Are you sure? Hold on, let me go get the vice principal. Let's have a conversation." I think she cut out a whole lot of steps that you have to go through with school. You can just go in and withdraw your kids, but I'm hoping there was a bigger conversation about issues or whatever's going on before you just withdrew them from the school. And it just, again, content creator. This has nothing to do with homeschooling your child. This is about content, and I'll go into that more. So here's the next video that she posted.
Okay, so I just withdrew my kids from school, from public school. I didn't think that this is gonna go this way, that I was gonna be crying. I'm not crying because I am sad that I withdrew them. I'm crying because I feel a little bit overwhelmed, scared, definitely. I hope that I'm doing the right decision for them, and I hope that I don't let them down. So they're officially withdrawn from public school, and as a homeschool beginner mom, I really hope and pray I can do this. All right, so I'm more calm. I feel much better. So if there's any mommies out there that have any ideas or any suggestions or any advice that you want to give a first-time homeschool mommy, please let me know. Okay, so
you withdrew them from school with no plan, no idea, and your idea of a plan is coming on social media asking other TikTok homeschool moms, who I swear is probably one of the worst communities next to the Tradwife community, about ideas on what you should do with curriculum. Are you joking? This is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have with social media. You see other moms do it, and even though they're doing a crap job, the kids look happy. There's no testing, there's no anything. The kids are just having a good time. They do a little bit of work, they go out and play, they eat lunch. And the mom, all she has to do from what it looks like from TikTok is stand there and flip through notebooks and point at stuff, and it all looks like a cute thing. But that's TikTok. That's not reality. That person who's recording that content, which is what this woman is a content creator, is just highlighting the day and all the cool stuff and how engaged her kids are. She is not posting the hard stuff about them struggling with reading or them struggling with math or her having to go over a subject over and over and over again, or the fact that she could be picking and choosing the type of information that her child needs to learn. You know, a lot of the homeschool parents are homeschooling for religious reasons. So they're cutting out a lot of history. There are a lot of, white people, I'm sorry, who are really teaching their kids what they feel they should learn. Maybe not religious, but history wise, politics wise. And that's not a healthy way to teach, but that's what they're showing you. I think it is completely irresponsible for her to go into this, withdraw them from school with no plan, and then her plan is to ask other people about ideas. Honey, school started already. You should have already had your plan. You withdrawing them from school shouldn't have been a spur of the moment decision, which that's what it feels like it was, because you don't have a plan. That you got upset about something or concerned about something after maybe 2 or 3 days of school and withdrew them. Like, and instead of, it should have been a long conversation over the summer of, this is what we can do, this is what we can't do, this is the curriculum. I've talked to these other people, I've talked to this former excuse me, I've talked to this former teacher, I've done this and that, I've done a lot of research. There was no research done. And before I go into her reasoning, I want to go into, again, she's a social media influencer, so let's see the videos of her visiting the homeschool store. Here's one.
Come with us on our first homeschool store adventure. Since
her outfit is already influencer. You're a mom. You look cute. Now, this has nothing to do with her like being inappropriate, anything like that. But you wanted to show off your outfit to go do this cute thing. You've got your cute little Nike skirt on, and you got your cute little midi crop top and your sneakers, and you're ready to go.
we're starting our homeschool journey this year, I really wanted to see curriculum in person instead of just ordering things online and hoping they work for us. We had a little bit of a late start getting out the door, grabbed some coffee, loaded up the kids, and made the trip. When we arrived, I'll be honest, I was excited, but I was also a little overwhelmed. Walking into a homeschool store and seeing so many options can feel like a lot when you're a beginner. But I was so thankful for the people there because they were incredibly helpful and made the experience so much easier. I can't wait to show you what we found inside. Come with us on our
So that's video one. This is inside.
My first time homeschool mom, honestly, I didn't know what to expect. But as soon as you walk in, you can see that there's a bunch of curriculum everywhere. They do have used curriculum and new curriculum, and the prices are actually pretty good.
If you notice, she's inside the homeschool store, really focused on making sure her phone is propped up, making sure her kids are in there, making sure she gets the right angles. That is the focus. It's not about finding the right curriculum or anything, because here's the next statement that she made.
Did felt super overwhelmed because there were so many things to see. And honestly, if it weren't for the really nice ladies that were there to help out, I would have just walked out.
So you got so overwhelmed just walking around in a store, not too overwhelmed to not put your phone up or you're not doing anything of that. You got so overwhelmed by all the information in there, and that was too much for you. But you think homeschooling your 2 children is going to be just fine, easy peasy. You get some books, you do it, and it's not going to be overwhelming at all. You cried leaving the school, withdrawing them. You're overwhelmed inside of the store, but you think this is going to be something easy that you can do. It's just laughable. And she's getting, negative comments from people. If you look over here, workbooks are not a curriculum. I did felt in homeschooling that I'm not going to talk about her vernacular. There are people who are smart, who code switch you, whatever. It's not exactly concerning, but I get it. People, which curriculum do you recommend for a third grader or kindergarten? I'd love to hear your favorites. And that's from the actual creator. The response is a school with a qualified teacher, which is hilarious. I mean, I'm not going to lie. So she's not getting the warm reception that she thought she was going to get. I think she thought she was going to be embraced by the mom community, the stay-at-home mom community. And she's not. She's having real parents say homeschooling is hard. And who knows, this could be like a rage bait situation, and that's why she's doing this. But it doesn't seem like it. This woman seems serious about wanting to homeschool her kids. So now that we've gone through all of this, let's find out the reason why she decided to homeschool her kids.
I never thought that the video of me going to go withdraw my kids from public school was going to go viral and much the less receive all the hate comments that I receive. I obviously also received beautiful comments and encouragement, which I'm so grateful for. I'm actually here to answer some questions because a lot of mamas had questions about why I'm homeschooling. So the reason why I'm homeschooling is because my son has had health issues all his life since he was born. My son is actually going to go to third grade. He's 8 years old and I have a daughter going into kinder. So since my kid always had health issues, he would only eat twice a day, and since he does play baseball, it was really taking a toll on him. And we honestly just had to sit down and talk about what was best for him. And if I'm completely honest, my son was actually the one that told me he wanted to get homeschooled. We made that choice, and I did my research before.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard that right. She pulled her son out of school because he was only eating twice a day and because he has baseball. Oh, and because he wanted to not go to school, he wanted to go to homeschool. Here's the thing, when kids hear homeschool, they hear I get to stay home from school. Not that I'm having school at home, but that I get to stay home from school. And I don't have to get up super early in the morning and follow a routine anymore. I can wake up, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and then my mom and I will just do fun stuff together, and then I'll be done for the day. That's what his tiny brain is processing. Not that he's going to have to do all this schoolwork at home, which with the way she acting, he probably won't have to do a whole lot of stuff at home. But that's how little kids process. But her reasoning is unbelievably ridiculous. So because he has an eating issue and because he plays baseball, he doesn't need to go to school. It would be a better option for the homeschool. Not that he needs to stop baseball. Or we need to pack him extra snacks. Or we need to talk to a nutritionist or talk to the school nurse and say, hey, or the teacher and say, hey, little Bobby has eating issues. He only likes certain things. So here's some certain things, extra things they're putting in his backpack. If you can keep it off to the side, that way he can have it so he doesn't like faint or have issues. Instead of doing any of those things, your first mindset was pull him out of school to homeschool him, even though I don't have a plan, even though I don't have the skills from what it seems to do that. It's just going to be the best idea for our family. How does that make any sense? I could have sworn when this woman was going to get on the screen and explain the issue, she was going to tell us that her kid was getting bullied. He was falling behind, or maybe he's autistic, or he has, ADHD and the teachers weren't paying attention, or something where the masses as moms could look at her and go, I totally get it. I don't think it's going to work out how you want, but I totally understand why you're going to keep him home and just be a stay-at-home mom and teach him homeschooling. We totally get it. Let's just watch the rest of this little video.
For obviously pulling them out and before going into anything, I wanted to make sure.
Oh, that's the other thing. Her son has the issue, but she pulled her daughter out too. Her daughter doesn't have an issue from what she's saying. It's just the son. So instead of just pulling the son out because he's the one with the eating issue and has baseball, she pulled out both kids. So you're disenfranchising your other daughter because your son has an issue, which is already wild. So sorry.
That this is the best fit for us. So if you want to start homeschooling, the first thing you got to do is research the laws in your state. Since I live in Texas, all I had to do was go withdraw them from their public school, letting them know that I was going to homeschool. So if you're a first-time homeschool mommy or just a mom that would like to follow our journey, I would love to have you here. I never thought that the video.
First of all, that's not all you have to do when you are withdrawing your kid out of school. You need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. But there's one thing I want you guys
going to go withdraw my
kids,
go withdraw them from their public school, letting them know that I was going to homeschool. So if you're a first-time homeschool mommy or just a mom that would like to follow our journey, I would love to have you here.
That is why she's doing this. She is hoping to take this situation of her learning, succeeding, failing as an in to become a popular TikTok influencer. That's all this is about. This has nothing to do with being a stay-at-home mom. This has nothing to do with homeschooling your kids. It's everything to do with the fact that she is now going to develop a content factory about her homeschooling. Get ready with me's, learning math, my struggle. Oh, I'm crying in the bathroom. Oh, look at us, we're going to the museum. She's pulling her kids out as props. That's what she's doing because it's easier. Her previous content prior to the homeschooling debacle, if you look, 749 views in her little outfits, her pregnancy, before pregnancy, all this, just regular stuff. The second she starts incorporating her kids a little bit more and talking about homeschooling and being a baseball mommy, that is when she starts seeing a lot more views. So she's going to keep doing this. She found an in and she's going to keep doing it until she becomes what she wants to. But please, nobody watch her content and think she's doing this because she really wants to help her child and homeschool and keep them safe. No, she's a content mill. She's developing one in her house. And it's disgusting. And there's nothing anybody can do. You can't report her to the state or report her to Child Protective Services because she's not harming her kids. She's just making a horrible decision because she wants to be famous. She thinks she's pretty and Latina and has all the little jazzy things people love to see. I'm not saying Latina in a bad thing. What I'm saying is that people gravitate more towards this type of aesthetic and doing something that a lot of other maybe people of color can't do, like having the ability to be a stay-at-home mom and now homeschool. There aren't a lot of Black and Hispanic families that do. The majority are white, especially on social media. I haven't really found a whole lot of Black homeschool moms. There are some. It's not like a whole swath of them like they are for white families. So that's what I'm saying when I mean by that. So if you want to follow her journey, fine. I won't be following her journey because I know what this is. It's she wants to be famous and she's getting what she wants and she's extremely happy and yeah, enjoy. So drop in the comments, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh my God, I need to put on a little bit more makeup. Bye, guys.